Hello, and welcome to our podcast, Where the Dark Corners Are. Hello. I am Dina, and I am your Dark Travels hostess. Tonight, we have a
road trip with the panda.
and a
In 1995, a team of paranormal travel podcasters found an abandoned cub in the haunted Arctic. After some kick-ass paranormal training and his first alien kill, he was ready. So, if ghosts, serial killers, or monsters in the dark got you scared, don't hesitate to call the Polar Bear. The Polar Bear.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys heard the episode last week with Sierra, Serial Killers with Sierra.
Mm-mm.
It actually ended up being one of our more shorter episodes.
Uh-huh.
But I was explaining to her that we had a listener who, gave me some suggestions that I
Feedback.
took to heart, took seriously.
Okay.
And one of his suggestions was to give her a proper introduction. So this is actually the first time you're hearing it. I just wanted you guys to hear it real quick.
Oh, you want to save it for her?
Oh, she's heard it already.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another episode of Serial Killers. Serial Killers. Serial Killers. Serial Killers. With Sierra. Yeah.
That was really cool.
I thought so. I
That
thought
was
you did a
great,
really
yeah.
good job.
I think that was cool. The whole game show thing, and
Right.
everything. That was really
Right.
cool.
And I don't know if you guys recognize, but it's the same guy
Well, yeah.
from Polar
If you can
Bears.
keep making
Yeah.
content,
Right.
great. Just keep going.
No, actually, I gave him the content. I told him I wanted, these are the words, the magical words,
Uh-huh.
and I want you to make it like a game show, but with some stabbing noises in the middle.
Yeah, he's the content
Yeah,
guy. He's the guy.
So, anywho, tonight we're going to recognize the best non-holiday holiday in America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't get a day off or anything.
No.
It's like Valentine's Day.
Sure
I love
can, you just
Valentine's
call
Day,
in
but
sick.
you can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have to show up for work.
We're talking about Halloween, right?
Yeah, I know. I know. But like those are the two most underrated holidays.
So, in recognition and of the Halloween season, we've actually you guys have been on vacation, so I kind of blame you, but I also kind of blame myself for not being a little bit better prepared because normally we have Halloween stuff, but not this year. This year's been a bit rough. In fact, we've just last month had our 3-year anniversary, and we haven't even had a sit down over that.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
it's been a little rough.
Like we just did a summary episode already.
Right? No, that was like a year and a half.
That's terrible.
All right, I have to believe you. I'm not gonna do this here and do the math right now.
So, in recognition, we thought tonight we would discuss some Halloween movies. We would make some recommendations and discuss our favorites. And to kick it off, we're going to start with our favorite haunted house paranormal movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound good? Okay.
Yeah.
Polar Bear, kick us off.
Oh, you want me to start? I didn't want to be repetitive because I know what you're gonna say.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
You're gonna say.
What
You're
am I
gonna say
gonna
Amityville Horror.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That was my first guess for him.
I was.
He's a Ryan
I
Reynolds.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was it.
I do
That was
like
the
that
one.
one. I do like
that
that
should
one.
be your number
The
one.
truth is,
Every
he
time we
has
talk
a
about
crush
movies,
on Ryan
I
Reynolds. So
know.
Ryan, if you're
I bring it
listening,
up.
he's got a crush on you.
he's
I have a
so
picture of me and Ryan Reynolds at the Wax Museum.
yeah, he's so original.
I decided to go with Insidious. I like the. I was actually just talking to my wife about it. I liked how deliberate it was because a lot of movies you'll have like a ghost and it's just single possession, but there's like other creatures looming around and you're like, where are these creatures coming from? I thought this one possession was taking place, but Insidious was cool because they go into that other world and there's all these souls and demons and everything trying to take control of this boy. So it was
The little boy astroplanes. That's what you're talking about.
yeah, and just different creatures. It wasn't just one possession by one ghost or by one demon or whatever. But yeah, no, it was.
When did that come out?
One of the good ones. I know the second one came out in 2013.
Okay. Well, which one was better?
I like the second one because it had the woman possessing the dad. It was the ploy for her to
Right. She was the
to get in
strongest.
there.
Hashtag
Yeah.
spoilers. She's the demon. That's basically the biggest bitch in the paranormal
Like a
world.
puppet master.
Well, it's her and the red guy. Remember the red guy?
Yeah, the
They're
red
like,
guy. Looks like a Darth Maul type of knockoff.
So that's why the second was, I think the second one was the best.
Mm-hmm.
But the first one ends on one of the coolest cliffhangers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna spoil it.
Well,
All these movies should have been watched already.
Oh,
This
should
is
they?
true.
I don't think you've seen
says
all
the
these
guy
movies.
who won't watch movies from the 80s, folks. Nerve.
I hate movies in black and white.
He wants to die by accident.
That's what my son asked me the other day, or he asked my wife. We're laying in bed and he comes over and he's like, "Hey, were the movies in black and white when you guys were kids?"
I really hope that hurt. I hope that hurt. Okay, Panda.
Cabins count as houses?
I
Cabin
guess.
House? Because I went with Evil Dead.
Oh.
Not the OG one, which was still a good one, but the remake, I guess you'd call it, or it's technically the sequel.
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
When he's at the cabin, right?
Yeah, it's the same movie, but it's a little more on the goofy side.
Right.
But it's
with,
still,
I think Sam Raimi was the director.
yeah, he does all of them except the new ones. It's the newest one. I don't think he helped with the newest one.
I really like the newest one too.
Yeah. But the problem with mine is it's not the house that's haunted, it's the book, the Necronomicon.
Right.
So if I had my backup was, I think it was also a basic answer, but The Conjuring. The Conjuring was pretty set in stone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings mine. I've said this forever. The Conjuring, which was released in July of 2013, has been, I think, just phenomenal. But if I was to kind of reach back into the good old childhood years, the 1982 Poltergeist.
Oh, Poltergeist.
I had the opportunity to actually watch that recently, and I have to tell you, this movie still holds up, and we're talking a 40-year-old movie now.
Right, that closet was terrible.
Right.
Yeah, when she's getting sucked in, she's holding onto the bed.
Right.
Yeah.
She's calling Mom.
Yeah, everyone's like, "What do you want me to do?" just like how.
You know, that clown fucked America.
Oh, that clown was fucked up.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't watch
If you
it.
just watch it, you'll see what we're talking about.
So definitely those two. In fact, in The Conjuring, the section that always gets me is when she's got those pictures hanging up on the side of the staircase and they just collapse. I mean, I put the movie on for background noise and I still jump every time.
Yeah,
that
that's not a
happens.
good movie to put on for background noise.
So yeah.
We just started watching it again last night, just because it's the season and
So you just rewatch the same movies, but you won't watch new movies.
yeah, what's the good ones?
Oh.
Yeah, I was just gonna
okay.
compliment The Conjuring. I mean, they set a new standard for horror movies. You can't just put out a scary movie and expect people to like it anymore. It's just like, wow, those are really good. There's a bar that you have to reach at this point.
And I completely agree. James Wan, who was the director, I being American, I am slightly biased to American directors when it comes to horror movies, but James Wan is actually from New Zealand, and he does a phenomenal job. In fact, he's going to direct the next Conjuring movie, so I'm actually pretty excited about that.
He also did the Insidious movie.
He did the Insidious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's been around. He's been the guy. He helped do Saw, Malignant.
Oh yeah, we talked about it last Halloween. We did top 10 scary movies. And
Right.
I'm pretty sure a lot of his scary movies made it to our top lists.
Well, yeah, he's got his hand is at least in everything, so he helps produce them or do whatever. So he's the guy.
Right. He's, prime rib right now.
Prime rib. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so favorite zombie movie? What would you recommend?
Zombie movie. 28 Days and Weeks Later is my go-to, just because they're really dark and pretty grimy. The first one was more, it had zombies involved, but it was more people on people. But 28 Weeks Later had some good zombie scenes. And then a more recent one that I watched it's called #Alive, and I think it was all dubbed. And I keep telling Panda to watch it.
Oh yeah, like
eventually
I tell you to watch every movie
Yeah,
ever.
I think it might even be a Netflix original. Yeah, essentially the zombies break out, and this nerdy video game guy, his parents leave, and he's at home. He's streaming his video games, and everything breaks out, and he gets trapped in his apartment on whatever really high floor. And so it's just him going through it. He's trapped in his apartment, and I think there was one that comes in. He realizes what's going on, and he eventually takes care of him. But then across the way, there's a girl that's also alive, and they start writing notes to each other in the windows. And he sends her Nutella, and she doesn't like Nutella, and he's like, "What the fuck? Why did I send you Nutella?" But it was just a lot of like social media stuff goes into it. It was part of the reason that they made it out. It was cool.
I don't know. There's a lot of good zombie movies. I mean, even back when I was a kid, the Scooby-Doo Zombie Island movie.
Right.
Did you ever watch that when I was young?
I probably
I'm
did.
sure you were around because you probably bought it for me.
This sounds like something I would have done.
Well, yeah. So they go to the island, and then the zombies arise, and they have to solve the mystery why they're there. But it turns out they're real zombies. It's a whole movie. It's even got good rating. 7.7 IMDb.
The animated movie.
Yeah, the old one from 1998.
Oh, nice.
It's so good. But Zombieland was also good. That came out in 2009.
Zombieland's great.
Zombieland was fantastic. Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder's movie, 2004 one, the remake of George Romero's. I like that one a lot. I know it's kind of, I don't say blacklisted, but I think it's a great movie.
Controversial.
Well, I don't say controversial either, but Little Monsters. Did you ever watch Little Monsters?
Yeah, I saw that one.
You didn't like it?
I didn't watch Little Monsters.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
2019, Josh Gad is in it, and the chick she's in Us, the main character.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that has the
The yellow dress.
Yeah, but
It's an Australian film, I believe. It's shot in Australia, and I think they blame the Americans because there's a base right next door to the.
I think it's in England.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Australian.
I'm pretty sure it's English. Let's check it
Let's
out.
check it out.
Little
Yeah.
Monsters, right?
Fact check.
Okay, when it tells me that, I have to keep going. I'm sorry.
Mom is right. Just can't admit it.
Can't wait to prove you wrong.
Such is life.
The film was financed and produced by Screen Australia and shot in Sydney. Either way,
Does it
I
hurt?
really like that movie. Unfortunately, I don't know why you didn't like that movie. It's the same thing you would have done too with that scenario as her.
Okay.
You telling me you wouldn't? She has so the premise of the movie is she's a school teacher, and she's got all these little kids. It's like third graders, second.
No,
graders.
I think they're kindergartners.
Okay, it doesn't matter. They're little children. So, but they go to this animal farm to do whatever, have a field trip, and there's a U.S. military base like right down the road, and something goes wrong, and then unleashes a zombie outbreak, and the zombies come to the thing. But the whole movie, she's trying to keep them corralled up and safe, and trying to keep them calm, and not them realizing those are zombies out there. It's really funny.
All right.
My zombie movie is also a foreign movie.
That's what I was gonna finish up. But yeah, go do it.
Is Train to Busan. And It's a South Korean movie. I do highly recommend the words. I don't recommend dubbing. It's actually a really good movie, and I believe they finally made a sequel, but I think the sequel is like super dark by comparison to the original.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked Train to Busan, although Zombieland was actually all right. We'll give that, you know. Shaun of the Dead, the British.
Shaun of the Dead was great. That's a great one. It's classic. But Train to Busan, you said, yeah, it's very good. It's a very good movie. It's very in between of like fast to slow zombie. I mean, it's. I probably wouldn't survive it. That was pretty terrible. But it's not shot like in a big area. It's shot on a train, like
Right,
three
and
cabs.
it's on a train going to, guess what, guys? Busan.
Yeah. But it's just really cool, and the story was cool. It wasn't, it was dramatic, but it was enough drama to make you kind of connect with it, and it was actually really well done.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
It's on
good.
the list. We just talked about watching
See
it.
how many lists you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, kind of reaching back to your childhood,
Okay.
what movie would you say scared the shit out of you?
Undoubtedly, it was It, the original one, which is funny because it's not even that really scary, but I think I watched it way too young, and I've had nightmares about the clown, and it was just...
You're referring to the Tim Curry version.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And it was just, I don't know. It was
Maybe
just
that's why you used to watch 80s movies.
scary. Yeah, scared the living shit out of me. But, I mean, watching it now, it's not even that bad. It's like, oh, okay. It's just
Well,
whatever.
they relied a lot on CGI for the...
Oh, no, I like the new ones. I like the new ones a lot.
The new ones are very good.
Both parts, and I thought they did excellent on casting the kids into adults. It was on point. But yeah, I mean, you asked, so.
Okay.
It was Signs. M. Night Shyamalan Signs.
Yes.
That fucked me up. Then you know what? It's the dumbest scene now that you
with the
watch.
aliens?
Is it with the knife in the kitchen?
Not the knife. Literally the dumbest part of the movie that makes your heart just kind of sink because you're with them too, with Joaquin Phoenix, and they're
In the
watching
closet?
not even that. The dumbest scene. I'm telling you, this is the scene you shouldn't even remember, but it fucks with you. But it's when Joaquin Phoenix, I think, is by himself. He's watching the news because he's trying to see if there's anything about the aliens coming down. And there's just a little Guatemalan fucking birthday party happening. And it's like, and they turn over and there's the fucking alien on this 1999 camera. And it's just like this fuzzy image. And he fucking freaks out while sitting on the TV. And it fucks you up. But then, when they're in the basement too, and then the aliens start reaching through the door. They cut him off and shit. Oh, man, that movie's fucked up. That movie fucked me up, okay? That shit was rough. The Poltergeist clown was also there, too, but that alien, that little 1999 video camera thing.
It's behind. That's what the boy says.
Yeah, and then they point to it it zooms in. It's just this fuzzy image of the alien, but it's like, oh, fuck.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's for reals.
So, I kind of go back and forth because even though I do think we're in an area or time where really great scary movies are being made, we had, great directors. Steven Spielberg did Jaws, and we had Freddy Krueger, even though, looking back now, it's a little
Wes Craven movies?
Yes. We had Wes Craven back then. But I honestly think what kind of really scared the shit out of me was The Exorcist with Linda Blair and Ellen Burstyn. And we're talking the original. And, I think part of what played into that was the religious factor. But it didn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, the girl gets possessed, but how? They never explain how she gets possessed. They're out in the desert, and then all of a sudden, they're in some brownstone on the East Coast, and the mother's taking a movie because she's a famous movie star, and then the daughter's possessed. So not a whole lot of sense there.
It's the where the girl comes up and vomits everywhere and everything.
Right.
It's like the first,
The power of Christ compels you.
the cursed movie of all time or whatever.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
Well, I think that kind of helps the element too. Is like you don't know how you got possessed. Like you just walking down the street. This motherfucker's like, look at this son of a
this
bitch.
is the girl. This
Yeah.
is our body. So yeah, the original Exorcist, I think. And then when they re-released it, and in the re-release, they put a part that I think really scared the shit out of me, even after all these years, when she does the crab walk down the steps.
Oh,
I mean, that fucked me up. Okay. But there was one movie that I don't know if it's because a long time ago when I was baptized Catholic, I had to go to Catholicism, go to Sunday school, and, you talk about Jesus and the Antichrist. There was, I think, like a made-for-TV movie called Child of Light, Child of Darkness, and that movie fucked me up because the movie premise was this, I think he was a priest. They were told of two holy, quote-unquote, holy pregnancies, and the church knew that these two births were, one was going to be the Antichrist and one was going to be Christ reborn. And it was his job to figure out which child was going to be which. And that fucking lives rent-free in my brain. And we're talking from the 80s. Like, I'm always looking for signs for the Antichrist's arrival because that scares me. I have nightmares about Antichrist movies. So.
That sounds like a really cool concept for a movie.
There's a lot of them. They never really work out.
Yeah.
They end up kind of dumb because the baby comes and then it's like, do I really want to kill the baby? It's like, yeah, it's the fucking Antichrist.
like the Omen movies.
The Omen movies?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot all about those.
Yeah, they're a thing. I don't know. That was like that concept kind of like freaked me out when I was little. I talked to my mom about it, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, like the 666, like if somebody's born with a 666 like symbol thing on their arm, it's like the right hand of the devil, and then if it's on the head, that's the head of the devil." And it's like,
see, that's interesting because you're Ukrainian,
like
and that's your thing, and that's a thing here in the United States,
right? And I mean, I think it was, I don't know, rather if it was like cultural or the movie, but yeah, that just kind of stuck in my brain forever, like that movie did to you,
right? It lives rent free in your brain, right? So, in view of the current Halloween season, let's talk about recent movies that we've seen.
Recent movies.
That's all you.
Oh, yeah. I just came back from vacation now, watching movies. I mean, we can talk shit about the new Exorcist movie. It was...
you can't. We haven't seen it.
Oh, I can. It had a lot of potential, and they pooped it.
I saw the reviews. It wasn't good.
Yeah, well, I saw the reviews for vacation. We went to the Horror Nights at Universal. So we did some cool stuff. We went through the mazes, and we went through...
The Exorcist.
Yeah, but we went through The Last of Us, and we went through...
Last of Us, Stranger Things.
Cool ones. But out of all of those, I actually like The Exorcist maze the most, and it freaked me the hell out. And that was before I watched the movie, so I was like, oh, I'm going to go see The Exorcist movie. And it did not live up to my expectations, and it did a good job explaining why they're possessed, but... They also tried to throw in like, oh, there's exorcism in every religion and all this other stuff, and there wasn't a main priest exorcist that was going to come out to help them. It was just, spoiler alert, it was just the family and friends trying to do their best.
The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, it had great potential, and they didn't make it. On the good note, I really like The Nun 2. It looks like they're setting up for a third part.
Oh, yeah. That checks out.
Yeah, but...
That bitch don't die.
Yeah. The nun itself just creeps me out, the whole concept and the face, and not something I'm going to watch before bed. But it had good continuation. I like the first one better because I think we've talked about it before because of the setting. It was set in this old castle church in the 50s, and just... dark vibes. Another thing I liked about both of the nuns is they bring in actual like religious artifact. Like it wasn't just like a random cross or random holy water. There's a religious artifact that they gain their power from.
Okay.
To fight the nuns. So I thought that was a cool concept. That, and then the new one that I watched was Pope's Exorcist.
That's on Netflix?
Pope's Exorcist. It is on Netflix now. It was really good.
I have seen that myself, and
Did
I
you
have
watch
to
it?
say, you know, I don't really follow actors, so I don't like follow Russell Crowe, but I thought he actually did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the storyline was a little weak about the family, but surrounding the family, I mean, they're Americans who somehow own a church in Spain.
Oh yeah, the father
Had
put all their money to buy this castle. Yeah,
Yes.
it didn't. It was kind of but I did like the setting. The castle was cool.
I think it was a church.
A church, yeah, the church. It was really big and spooky, and I liked them uncovering like step by step, like when little spoiler here, when he goes down in the well, and then from there on, it wasn't just like, oh, it's just getting the hauntings going on in the church, but there was a background to it. There was a purpose. It wasn't just like, oh, we're just possessing this random kids for no reason.
Right. All right, Panda, anything recent?
Well, I went on the interwebs here just to see, because I'm like, I really don't know if I've seen a lot of scary movies lately. I mean, they're even listing like Infinity Pool as a scary movie. You seen that movie? It's not very good.
No, I haven't seen
Mia
it.
Goth and one of them Skarsgård fellers. It's whatever. You don't have to watch that. But I forgot Evil Dead Rise came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very good movie. I think it was more just of a torture movie. I wouldn't say it was a scary movie, but I did think it was a good movie.
But no Bruce Campbell.
No.
Well, technically, hashtag spoilers, yes. So, like, in the recording, the kids listen to the recordings in the room, and then there's one guy who's like, hey, don't fuck with that book. Don't open that book. It's the book of the damned or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Allegedly, that's him saying that. So if that's the case, that means your boy went back and might have been a time travel. It's a whole big thing, but none of it's confirmed or like really denied. So, but right, Ash is not a predominant character in this movie, but it was really good. And then, like I said, I really haven't seen a lot. I saw Megan. Megan was okay. I thought it's weird, and it's not really scary either. But it's like, what the fuck? You know which one that is?
The doll.
Yeah, the doll that tries to be the little girl's friend, and then it kind of takes over. It was alright, but I really want to see this movie called Talk to Me. I heard that movie's doing really good. It's an A24 movie, and that's the one where it's got the hand, and they have it has like a party favor where people touch it, and then you can talk to someone on the other side. But I think if you hold out too long, something happens. So I don't know. I've never seen it. All I know
Is that new?
Yeah.
I think it's on
haven't
Amazon
heard.
Prime.
It might be. It came out this year, but let me see. Let's see the ratings. This says 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. But I know it got a lot of things. It got 7.2 on IMDb, 94 Rotten Tomatoes, with an audience score of 82%.
Okay.
So, and I know everyone was freaking out and all the TikTokers I watch and stuff like that all say this movie is supposed to be really good. And so, that's a movie I really would like to watch soon.
Maybe worth trying. I'm skeptical with A24
Why?
because they do some weird shit.
They're so good, though.
It wasn't Midsummer was not good,
Oh, Midsommar was okay.
and Green Knight was not good, and
It's a
just like,
story. It's a fable.
No, it wasn't a good fable.
Yeah, this guy's just picky
It
about
was
his shit.
dookie.
He doesn't have tits or action. He's out.
Oh my God.
I did like Evil Dead Rise a lot. I thought they did excellent job on the
I'm
mom's
dying. What do you want?
face. the mom's makeup and the way they made her creepy as shit. And that was
Yes.
one of the mazes I did at
See,
Universal and scared the shit out of me too.
So
I'm
we
just a
have
big
that.
baby.
That's so cool,
I'm just
though.
a big
That's
baby.
yeah, I did those mazes too at Hollywood Horror Nights and Universal, but we didn't have an Evil Dead one. That's really cool. You got that though, because we had the Stranger Things, Last of Us, but we had the Chucky one, and that.
Oh,
fucked
they
me
had
up.
They had Chucky, but we didn't go.
Chucky was good.
It was
Chucky
a forever.
fucked me
It was a
up.
forever wait, and we're like, Chucky.
So the movie I seen recently, it's on Hulu. It's called No One Will Save You. So it's a very interesting movie. And it's the premise is this young lady lived by herself, and something happened, that she had done something pretty unforgivable. And she lives by herself, kind of in the middle of nowhere, and there's basically an alien invasion. And the invasion is kind of, to some degree, a version of body snatchers. They start taking over humans' bodies. And she understands that she's on her own, and she prepares, but I don't think she realizes how it's a massive invasion. So, and this movie's kind of lived rent free in my head too for a little bit, because it's a reflection of a lot of different things. Because when there's a lot of things you don't realize happen until later on when you're thinking about it. But what was interesting to me was the end has a interesting, I guess, twist to it. But I also took the opportunity to read like an explanation what the director was aiming at, and it was an interesting explanation. So I do recommend the movie, and then I recommend you kind of reading what the director was, his interpretation of the movie.
Oh,
and again, it's on
sorry,
Hulu.
what's the movie name again?
No One Will Save You.
No One Will Save You.
It sounds a lot. I would say a lot, but loosely like, you ever see 13 Cloverfield Lane?
No.
That was a good one. John Goodman. I really haven't seen him in a lot of
It
movies
was
recently.
trippy.
It's good.
Was it
The
good?
it's called Good. Oh my God, this guy.
Okay.
It's so good. John Goodman gets a hold of this chick. She's played by Mary Jean, the one that's married to Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor. Either way, so she wakes up in this basement and John Goodman's telling her, "Hey, I can't let you leave because bad things are happening out there." And she's like, "Okay, what's going out there? I can't tell you, or she'll just freak out." Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Oh, I can just say it.
I didn't want to interrupt.
It's fine. Oh, I started to stop for it. Either way, and so
That's right. Bradley Cooper's in it. He's the husband.
Right.
Because you see him on the phone.
You don't see him though. You hear his voice.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. Either way, she gets kidnapped. John Goodman won't let her go, and then she's trying to keep her cool, but at the same time she's trying to get the fuck out because she's like, this guy's fucking crazy, and then it proceeds to go from there. But John Goodman plays one of the creepiest characters. He's so good.
He's kind of an asshole, yeah.
Well, he's versatile like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you start a chain effect. Black Phone was actually really good too, with
Ethan
a
Hawke?
very similar concept. Yeah, the mask was creepy, and he just abducts kids, and there's a little paranormal
Essence.
essence to it, and like the little children that he's abducted before kind of talk to the kid that's there, kind of guide him through. So, yeah, I don't know. It was trippy. The whole point of the movie was Black Phone was the phone that the paranormal kids were calling him from.
Right. So the boy is kidnapped, and he's placed in the basement, and Ethan Hawke, likes to savor his kills, so he likes to get him all riled up before he fucking kills him.
And plays little games with him.
Right.
Comes down. He's like, "Oh, I just want to be
But
your
there's
friend."
one phone in the room, but it's not connected to a dial tone, so he picks it up. There's nothing there. And Ethan Hawke even tells him, spoilers, Ethan Hawke is the guy, but you could tell it's him from the beginning of the movie. He tells him the phone doesn't work. But then the kid picks it up, and it's the other little children that's died and tells him how to get out. So, or try to help him get out.
Right. All right. So these are our current 2023 Halloween movie recommendations. If you're feeling in the spooky mood.
Spooky.
El Spooko. A couple announcements I'd like to make. Yours truly is putting together a murder mystery for a charity that donates birthday cakes to families who can't afford birthday cakes. It's called Frosting Families. It's located in Susanville at Mary Marshall's. The murder mystery, however, is happening in Westwood, not necessarily Susanville, on October 28th. It's for adults per ticket. Tickets are $20. And you get the opportunity to kind of meet yours truly and some of the other hosts. Daisy will be there. And it is a live action clue game. So you'll get clue cards, you'll get the checkoff sheet, and you'll get a chance to solve a little murder. The other thing that's going on is the Pan and I have been invited to be co-hosts, if you will, and I'm speaking of Susanville, of the radio station on Susanville on Wednesdays for the rest of the month.
Wow.
Starting,
Well, for us, this Wednesday.
Right. And the other is Where the Dark Corners Are is actually sponsoring a trivia night, again, at Susanville, at Bottle and Brush. On Main Street. And the owner he does trivia night every 2 weeks out of the month, every Thursday. So that's going to happen on the 26th, the last Thursday of the month. And what's going to happen is we've contributed $50 to the pot, and the winning team will get the opportunity, they don't have to do it, to have two of members of the winning team to co-host an episode. And the thing is as long as it's not a topic we've already covered, it could be a topic of their choice. So we got a lot of things going on for the month of October, for the remaining part of October, because it's almost over. And we hope that you guys would participate. Frosting Families is, a wonderful charity, and you'll have a killover time while spreading a little birthday love. And if you come to the trivia, you'll get the opportunity to meet me, your favorite podcast host. Your truly
Killer Explorer.
Yes. And again, what is it?
JDX.
Wednesdays, starting at 5-ish. So.
Just think 5 to 6, JDX, Susanville FM.
Yes.
We'll be on there.
All right. That is all we have for you tonight on to business. Other business.
Facebook. We have a Facebook page, Where the Dark Corners Are. Like, comment,
Subscribe.
Are we coming soon, live and in color, or?
So yes, that's a great question. We've had a few setbacks with the audio.
Okay.
That's kind of the main hang up right now.
I didn't know if it was a spoiler or not. You can cut it out if you want.
Right. No. We are looking at better audio options. We don't sound good on camera. Not yet. That's the problem.
Cool. I don't sound good now, so I don't know what you want from me.
But in the meantime, if you have a topic you'd like us to cover, you can send us an email at Panda's favorite email address at wherethedarkcornersare@gmail.com. Final thoughts, everybody?
He's still, as we say every time we do a movie list, he has a lot of homework to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of homework to do. I'm ready to go get into my PJs and
take a sleep.
Resume watching Conjuring.
Just rewatch
Thanks for the recommendation.
Movie, yeah.
All right. So until next time, please remember, only the few can find the beauty in the darkness, which is where we hope to meet you, where the dark corners are.